we have a theme. For instance, this month, because it's Mental Health Awareness Month, we'll be talking about that as it relates to sickle cell. Because sickle cell is a disease of pain and its pain is invisible, there's a lot of stigma that's attached. So when they go to the emergency room, people usually assume they're drug seeking and not necessarily living in pain. A lot of it is lack of education, and when it comes to the nurses and doctors in the emergency room, there are a lot of rare diseases out there, and sickle cell is one of those. So sometimes when it comes to pain, people just have a hard time dealing with it. So you can imagine what that does to somebody that's in pain constantly, not just physically, but mentally.
All right, let's
So
talk a little
there's
bit,
a
Andrea.
whole,
Sorry, let's talk a little bit
yeah.
about what exactly is sickle cell disease.
So sickle cell is a genetic blood disorder. I was born with one normal cell and one abnormal cell. Predominantly people of African descent carry the gene. There's a correlation between sickle cell and malaria, for example. So where a lot of malaria breeds, there's a lot of sickle cell traits. It's almost like it was a defense against malaria. So your cells would change shape to protect you. So those that survived malaria more likely had sickle cell disease. So that's what I understand. I found out that I had the trait when I was pregnant. There was a test that I had to do in my first pregnancy and knew that it was in my family. So one out of 12, 11 or 12 people of African descent in this country carry the trait.
Hmm.
In the Caribbean, it's one out of 15. It's a lot of people.
Right, right,
So
right.
when two people with the trait get together, there is a 25% chance that you can have a child that has the disease, and those chances start over every pregnancy. So
Wow.
my first child was one. No, my their dad also her dad also had the trait.
Hmm.
So she took the abnormal cell from him and from me when she was
Mm.
born.
Wow.
My son has the trait like me, so he has a normal and an abnormal cell. So what is really important for people to know is regardless of what you believe in your family, everybody should have a test. It's a simple test that you can ask your doctor, the same test that you want to find out what your blood type is.
Hmm.
You can just ask them, I want to know my status. I want to know my sickle cell status. I would just advise everybody to test because you don't know, even if you don't have it, your partner may have it. Maybe one child does, but the other child does not. And if we can educate early, then we can avoid people having babies with it because if everybody understands what the risks are, that at least if you ask these questions as soon as you meet somebody, you can make a decision about
Mm-hmm.
starting a family. I mean, nobody can stop you, but at least if you know the facts
Right,
ahead
right,
of
right.
time, then you know I don't want anybody to go through certainly what I've been through.
Okay, so talk to us, Andrea, about the work of your Shak's Hope Foundation. What have you been doing over these years since the passing of your daughter when this organization started? And tell me about the biggest challenges you have and the biggest success that you think you've had over the years.
Okay, so we've been doing an annual toy drive. So every Christmas we have a party at the house. We collect toys. The last one is a theme park. So the last one was about maybe we got 600 toys. We take those toys and we admit also and ask for care packages. So because they're admitted often, we create care packages and we distribute them to the hospitals. It would include a blanket, toiletries, a lip balm because medication tends to make their mouth dry. Maybe snacks that don't have to be necessarily healthy, a journal, some kind of feel good item to help to lift their spirits. So we take the toys as well as the care packages and we go to Broward Health Hospital, for example, and we distribute those. They have a patient hematology oncology department, a clinic, so we distribute them there. We do the same thing at the Foundation for Sickle Cell Research that has a center in Hollywood. And we also partner with Memorial. They have a sickle cell medical home that they opened 2 years ago across from the regional hospital. So we visit patients there, and they go there every day. So we just choose days during the holidays, and also we try to go like maybe every quarter to do that. So that's a way that we support. On top of that, with the fact that we were able to have a monthly support group that's online. So you can come onto Zoom again. It's just ways each month a different theme. We have a guest on somebody that whether it's how to advocate for yourself, how to handle mental health, what can your caregiver do, just kind of topics like that. We go to health fairs. We go to literacy days, for example, in different cities at different libraries where children read to the adults. And we also set up tables there and try to educate the public about showing compassion and getting tested.
You also do a lot of work back home in Jamaica. So let's talk a little bit about that. Tell our listeners what you do in Jamaica and how it impacts the people there.
So we collaborate a lot with the sickle cell unit. There's one unit in the Caribbean, and it's on the campus at the University of the West Indies. So they have a sickle cell unit that has been there since the 70s. Amazing place. So doctors, when we started this, we said, okay, well, I met a social worker, and he said, I think you should go to some of the country areas because not much is being done for them there. So our first stop was in 2017 at a church in Mobay. There were 24 of us as volunteers and maybe 8 patients. So the next stop was Black River. The doctors used to do a country clinic, and we started to piggyback on what the doctors from the sickle cell unit did. And so we followed them, and so we saw the patients as they were visiting patients and taking care of them. We were doing the treat, we would bring toys, care packages, do lunch, kind of make it a day of fun and education for families. The following year was their last year. They ran out of funding. So we still collected the names of those patients. We created support groups on WhatsApp for patients in Black River and Montego Bay. Now we have one also in Falmouth. My goodness, we just we did an Easter treat, and we did Mandeville Hospital, Falmouth Hospital, Black River Hospital, and a church in Montego Bay. It was absolutely amazing. We had a doctor that came and spoke and guided them and gave them advice at each location. We added face painting and gave out toys and food. It was wonderful, and we saw over 200 patients and families.
That's
And it's
absolutely
growing.
amazing, amazing, amazing. So,
Yeah,
looking
it's
back
wonderful.
or looking at what you've been doing over these years, what's been the
Yeah.
most heartwarming, rewarding part of what you do?
When a patient sends me a message, for instance, there was one of them, he's in his 20s, that wasn't able to come to the treat because he was in the hospital. But one of the nurses delivered his care package, and he placed in the group and he said, people say it's the thought that counts, blah, blah, blah. But I want to tell you that this is exactly what my soul needed. He said, I
Wow,
really appreciate the
wow.
thought that was put into everything that went into the bag. And when he wrote in there, I mean, remember now, he's in his 20s, so that's a big deal
Mm-hmm.
for him to take the time to me to do that, right?
Right.
And that was everything because it's not easy to engage them. They feel like they're a burden to themselves, to the family, to the system. So reaching them is a struggle, and you have to find creative ways to let them know you're loved, you're supported. We are here as a village to help you. And when you get it doesn't matter if it's one person. And a message like that, it's everything. It just made my day for the entire week.
I can just imagine. Okay, what else would you like to share? What else would you like to share about Shak's Hope and the work that you do with our listeners?
So since we are going to be 10 this year, we are having our 10th year celebration on the 27th of June at Volunteer Park. And it's going to be an uplifting, fun celebration. And we will be advertising that shortly. So I will send that information out, to you so that you can share it for me. So it's going to be from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Food inclusive and a wonderful time with dancing and music and celebration.
Wonderful, wonderful,
So
my friend. You know what? I just
yeah.
wanted to just give you a little strength today and to
Thank
say to you
you.
how amazed I am about the hard work that you do, the effort that you put into all of this, and the really
Oh, thank
great
you.
effect that it has on our community. I really, really salute Shak's Hope Foundation, you and the work that you do, and keep us in touch with all that you're doing, and we'll be happy to share it with this community.
And I have to tell you before it was Pat that at High Five and on Saturday, I met two warriors and we had
Ah,
a table that we were doing education and distribution, and I met two patients that I'm connecting with. It was wonderful.
awesome.
One, and then I met another girl that lost four siblings and
Wow.
still has one, but now we're in
Wow.
touch. So
Wow.
I love it.
The work
It's wonderful.
continues.
Yeah, the
The
work
work
continues.
continues. Miss Andrea Hall, thank you so much. I get quite a gift, my friend. You know, that's what we do. Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
my love.
Respect to you and all
Thank
that
you
you do.
so much. I think it's true and I appreciate it.
All righty. And I get quite a gift for those of you who don't know. It's for us who are Wilmerians. Yeah, that's our high school in Jamaica. That's our motto. Whatever you do, do it to the best of your ability. And I must say, Andrea has been doing the work for the sickle cell community to the best of her ability. And that's why I thought I would share her message with you today. Here's Spanabana. Love will save the day.
Listen up your day and phone. Silent watch your future on. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Love them may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be content. Don't be sure to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. Mm. All I know, love is every day. Error what your mother said. Read the books your father read. Try to solve the problem in your own free time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My, oh my, yeah, you gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. Oh Lord, all I know, love is every day. Mm-hmm. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Time asks no question, goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pain.
Richard Antoine, good afternoon.
World keeps on
Betty Boo is in the house with us to do. Not to do, today. Betty Boo is in the house with us today. I was thinking the Boo and the day, but anyway. Yvette Campbell, 7.
silent, watch your
Alone Crosby's son, also checking in. Dayon, 28. Spanabana, love will save the day as we conclude our conversation with my high school friend, Andrea Hall, talking about sickle cell, her foundation, Shak's Hope, and all the work that they're doing. As we continue with the music, here's Mr. Vegas. Love lifted me. Good afternoon, Clive. How you doing, my friend? Harmony God. Oh, the Clive is also the Harmony God. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, my friend. Mr. Vegas, love lifted me. Let's celebrate the nonsense poet Edward Lear, who was born today. The nurse who contributed to modern nursing procedures, Florence Nightingale, also born today. Actress Katharine Hepburn. Mary Kay Ash, founder of Mary Kay Cosmetics. Jamaican educator Henry Fowler, born 111 years ago today in Money. Co-founded with Rita Burke the Little Theatre Movement in 1941 and the Jamaica Theatre School. Also founded the Priory School in 1944 and was the founding chairman of Jamaica Broadcasting Corporation. Oh, he did a lot of founding, didn't he? Speaking of another iconic Jamaican, Seymour St. Edward Foggy Mullins, born today, musician and politician, born 95 years ago in Cave Valley in St. Anne. Foggy was a talented jazz pianist who gave up a promising career in music to enter politics, eventually serving as a minister of government and deputy prime minister. Comedian George Carlin was born today to actor Ving Rhames, Emilio Estevez, Vanessa Williams, Stephen Baldwin, Tony Hawk, the skateboarder, Kim Fields, the actress, singer Mark Morrison, and West Indies cricketer Kieran Pollard, born on today's date in Tagarikua in Trinidad, became the first cricketer to play 500 2020 matches. That happened in February of 2022. And in the second match against India, became the first West Indies cricketer to play in 100 T21 matches. Kieran Pollard, born today. I also want to say happy birthday going out to some friends of mine. Joy John Benjamin, Martin Vernon, and Ashley Virgo. The Pat Montague Show on your radio. Lou, thanks for joining us. Jermaine Petter, nice to have you as well. It's more music, more fun, and just always great music. Here's Thriller You, Saving the Best. I'm frustrated. Special guest. I shall see. Good afternoon, Punkus. Side Appliance is in the house too. Rose Grad 36. Valdolin Jones, are you singing today? Lainey, what about you? Irma Kali. It's the Pat Montague Show. Music, information, and so much more. Patsy Suter, Winston Dennis, thanks for joining our show. Good afternoon to you, Washi. Sonia Williams, Ramsford. Nice to have you with us today, too. Michael Carter is in the house. Good afternoon to you. Getting a special gift from Lieutenant Stitchy and Marcia Griffith. Canute Duncan. The Unity Yard family is joining us today, and we're happy that they are. Good afternoon to you all. Giving you some Marcia Griffiths alongside Lieutenant Stitchy right about now here on the Pat Montague Show. Just JC, respect. Angela Richards. As we move to the cool ruler. What my baby doing? Ralston Burke. You love the rhythm? Yeah. Andre Paris. Hello there, Lauren. Thanks for joining our show today. You too, Jason. It's all about the answer. That's the big rhythm on the Penthouse label. Walter, hope you're enjoying the vibes. We give you music, we give you information, we keep you in touch with our community. Tell you of the happenings up downtown and all around town. That's our mandate here on the Pat Montague Show. The cool ruler. What my baby doing? That's the question. Anthony Chambers, Marva Richards. Big up yourself every time. Good afternoon to Walter. Thomas Wilson, 074. What my baby doing? Gregory Isaacs music on this afternoon here on the Pat Montague Show. And let's check in with Deli Ranks right about now on the same rhythm. Make me know now. Ian, good afternoon to you. Hello there, Tan. Also, Bet. Big up Never Green checking in. I don't want to do any of those things. I'm just saying that doesn't sound like a good plan to me. But Delly Ranks is asking the question. And if that's for you, make me know now, he says. A lot of students don't know them 10 times 4. Let me see, that is. All right. 10 times 4 is 40. Did you know that? Are you one of those students who didn't do so well in math or hasn't been doing so well in maths? Spangy, make me know now. Closing out the Penthouse answer rhythm with this one from Jamel with Just a Little Herb. Not my thing, but some people like it. Good afternoon, Maxine McDonald. Saying hello to Earl Thompson, also to Wayne. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining the Pat Montague Show. Norman B 54, or is that 64? Again, not wearing my glasses, so I can't see nothing, and the screen also get dark, and I can't bother try to figure out all of that stuff. It's rough. It's rough around here. You do the radio show, you keep it up with the technology. Now you have to look at the light. And I just want to show up and do a radio program. So if anybody wants to come and help me do all of the other stuff, feel free to reach out to me and let me know if you're good with that kind of stuff. Because for me, the technology thing is not working. I don't like it. I'm just doing it because I don't have no choice. I'm just saying. Jamal on our radio program today, and I think Jamal's right name is Randy Jackson, according to my TikTok feed, because it says the Pat Montague Show is playing a song by Randy Jackson. Guess the song title. Well, the song title is Just a Little Herb. So you'd have to guess nothing. Right, Miss Barb? It's the Pat Montague Show. Let's switch gears right about now. And, before we switch gears, let's tell you about another useless bit of information that we found out today that happened on today's date, way back in 1847. So you know the thing in your car that tell you how fast you're going? It's called the odometer. Yeah, the odometer or the odometer, whichever way you want to pronounce it, whether you're American or you're English, odometer. Well, that today was, it was invented on today's date in 1847 by a man named William Clayton. Also today, you know how when you're watching a race, right, they used to do runners get down and go on them marks and they get set and go. Well, the very first person to do that in the history of running was Charles Sherrill of the Yale track team. First runner to use the crouching start for a fast break in a foot race. Let him did win. They didn't say, they just said he was the first person to do it. But like I said, we give you a little bit of everything. Sounding like they're Alvin and the Chipmunks today. The Fab Five crew with your safe. And I'm sorry if you saw me go off camera, but I forgot I haven't been doing a 3 hour show in a minute. Just started it a few weeks ago here on this radio station. So I had to take a snack break. I would not last the next hour if I didn't get something. But welcome to our show today. The Pat Montague Show with Fab Five and you're safe. 104 is in the house. One bad girl. Thanks for joining our show today. Hello there to Adolf. Carlton Livingston is in the house too. Some soca vibes on your afternoon. Marlon Joseph B. Certainly hope you're enjoying it. You're safe, you're safe, you're safe, safe, safe. All right. It's almost 5 o'clock. At 5, we're going to take a station break. So we're going to cut off my friends on our social media feeds. Sorry about that. We'll rejoin you in the next hour. We're getting our technology sorted out, all right? Someday soon, we'll just go all straight. But for now, when we're on our break, You can't hear us on the social media feeds. By the way, are you following me on social media? At Montague. Remember, I'm looking for my super fan to give away 2 tickets, compliments of one of the people who sponsor on the right, support our program here. Best of the Best concert that's coming up May 24th. I have some VIP passes, not just regular admission tickets, VIP passes, but I'm going to be giving away 2 of those to my super fan who's following me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and also on my YouTube channel. So if you're not doing that right now, look for my name, Pat Montague. Follow me, and you might be the lucky winner of those 2 VIP tickets. Value $500. Gives you upfront stage access, free food, free drinks, and more. Compliments of one of the people who support our program and help to bring it here, the Best of the Best promotion. Let me just do this. And stream here.